And they'll change ends after the first team, the leading team, first team gets to 8. And it appears to be Viktor Sedelnikov, number 13, to get this rubber match underway. Soviet Union stretching this one all the way to the wire. First point goes to the Cubans. They lead by 1-0. Off the block, Caravante. Antonov misses at the net. It's 2-0. Pushing it wide. 6 inches out of bounds. And Ricardo Vontes. Beautifully saved there by the Cubans. But the Soviet block prevails at the end of the rally. The point to the Soviet Union. It's 2-1. Remember, it's the first to 15. You've got to get there by 2. There's a cap of 17. Flipping the top of the net. That's a point to the Cubans. They fall behind by 2. Service errors are absolutely deadly in a rally game like this. Which is why teams prefer to receive when they win the toss at the start of the 5th game. Point to the Soviet Union. It's 3-2. Block certainly out, even though the Cubans appealed for the point. Spania with the jam. Sedelnikov could only watch in despair as the ball cannoned into the bleachers. Up by 2, the Cubans. Put away, reduces the gap to 1. Alexander Shachine, it's 4-3. Espana going deep, and it was good. Just tipping the fingers of Shachine. 5-3. Kuznetsov puts one away into the midsection of Milyan. 5-4. And the intensity builds as the score remains as close towards the 15, and the double hit against the Cubans. It's a point to the Soviet Union. So we are tied at 5. A third of the way through this 5th and final game, and we've only been in progress for about 2.5 minutes, and we've already seen 10 points scored. Off the hand of Manuel Torres, and the Soviet Union takes the lead for the first time in the 5th game. It's 6-5. Kuznetsov with the serve. First team to hit 8. Teams change sides. Double hit. Carry by Sarmientos. Blackwood calls timeout. 7-5. Well, are we on the threshold here of a major upset? No one expected the Soviet Union side to beat the Cubans this evening, especially after their defeat at the hands of the Americans. But at the moment, it's the Soviet Union who have the momentum going. They've won the last 2 sets and they're up by 7-5. Frustration on the faces of the Cuban players, who seem to be in control of this match at the start of the 3rd game after 2 easy game victories, 15-12 and 15-8. But not much has gone right for the Cubans since then. And it's that man in your picture now, number 3, Alexander Shachine, that has made the real difference to this Soviet tie this afternoon. The big crowd, big American crowd that have come here to see the home country play Italy in the 2nd semi-final. Been given a real bonus here by a thrilling 5-setter in this 1st semi-final. Espana pulls one back for the Cubans. 7-6. Sherednik puts it away. Point to the Soviet Union. They lead by 8-6, which means the teams now trade ends, and the Soviet Union will play out the rest of this fifth game from left to right. Yaroslav Mladenov, the Soviet Union coach, looking pensive. But I imagine he's masquerading a lot of tension inside of him at the moment. His team's so close to gaining a berth in the final. Alexander Shachine exchanges balls, and a confusion in the Cuban defense, and the Russian players up off the bench, the remaining members of the Soviet Union squad. Vante's hitting the ball into his own face. It's 9-6. It's now 10-6 to the Soviets. They're just 5 points away, and they've got a 4-point cushion. The Soviets are on a roll. Alexander Shachine, they have the serve. Alberto Valdez with a very important put away for the Cubans to win back the serve at 10-7. The put away by Sherednik. It's 11-7. And there's a very big upset brewing here at the Heck Edmondson Pavilion. It's 12-7. Now 3 points away. The Cubans looking really ragged as the wheels start to come off their game here. And not surprisingly, Blackwood calls timeout here for the Cubans with his team in tatters at the moment. The fluency and the confidence seems to have gone from the Cuban team. They've certainly got the players there, particularly D'Espagna and Beltran, with the power to bring them back into the match, but they just don't seem at the moment to be able to find the right rhythm. The Soviet Union, they have the lead, they have the momentum, and they have the serve. They have the chance to upset the finest volleyball team in the world. It's 13-7. And the Soviet Union getting ready to celebrate. They're up by 13-7. Now the task for the Cubans, which is a formidable one, they've got to run off 8 straight points. There's one of them. It's 13-8. Soviets 2 points away from a major upset. And another huge gap in the backcourt of the Cubans, exposed by the Soviets. It's 14-8. It is match point for the Soviet Union. And there it is, it's out. He comes off the block, in fact. The Soviets a little premature with their celebration. It was blocked. It was very hard to see, but Mr. Trapinsay has given the point to the Cubans. It's 14-9. They're still in the match. The crowd didn't like that call. And Kuznetsov, he misses. The ball is out. It's 14-10. Cubans breathing some life into their chances. It's still very much in favor of the Soviet Union. The Cubans can't afford to make one more mistake in this match. And a net violation called against the Cubans, and that's the match. The point goes to the Soviet Union, and the Cubans are out of the Goodwill games. The Soviet Union players absolutely delighted at this performance. So they may well be, after being beaten the other night in 5 by the Americans, and they didn't seem to have much chance of any gold medal prospects at that point, but they've come back and have drawn the difficult semi-final, drawing the best team in the world, losing the first 2 games. In fact, they were blown away by 15-8 in that second game, and it looked as if the Cubans were going to win it in 3 straight. The Cubans have been relegated to the bronze medal match.